Okay, so today I have a small rant on contractors. So one of the things that kills me about contractors is when they make all this effort to make what you have right now seem and look so fucked up, when they go into all the things the last guy did wrong, all the things that are wrong with the structure, all the things that are just terrible and awful and how they would have done it right if only they were there and blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a couple of things that I don't like about this. First things first. That's why you're here. I know this is fucked up. I know this is not put together right. If this were put together right, trust that I would not be giving you $6,000 to do it. I assure you that if all the electrical work here were perfect, if all the construction were perfect, the ceiling was perfect, the floors are perfect, the plumbing were perfect, I would use that $6,000 on a Las Vegas vacation. I would not be using that $6,000 on you. I know it's messed up. Don't condescend me by telling me that it's messed up when I already know. Secondly, it reeks of neediness. Why do you feel the need to say that what you would do is so much better, blah, blah, blah? Most of the time when people are telling you why all the things that you have are bad, it's because they need to create a need for themselves in your life because that need is not naturally there. I don't need you. I wouldn't usually want to give you money. I don't want you to be a part of my business. I don't want you to be a part of my life. And because there's nothing about you that is actually worthwhile, you feel this insecure need to make yourself needed. And when people are needy, you should always be wondering, why are you needy? What is wrong with what you have to offer? What is it that I should be watching out for because you're not going to do it properly? Like, what is wrong with you that you need for me to need you? And thirdly, you don't know the actual circumstances. So there are many, for example, there are certain times where I had a budget to do something of literally $48. So I had this one contractor jackass going on and on and on about how this door was installed wrong. Look at the screws not even all the way in over here. And this is not the right hinge for this. And what is this type of door even doing on a storefront anyway? Well, 3 years ago, 3 years and 1 month ago, I had finished building a store at the same time that PayPal had locked my account for review before they cleared it with a good $20,000 or $30,000 in it right after I paid first, last security deposit on something. And I had finished doing the back of the store, in the middle of the store, but I had no money left for the front of the store. And I got to the point where I actually had $48 left in my pocket, and that was the last $48 to my name until the next day. So what I did is I bought a door at Home Depot, the cheapest ass door I could find for like $30 and a crappy set of hinges. I couldn't afford a contractor to screw it in for me, so I did it myself, and I don't know how to use a drill. I think that was the first time I had ever actually used a drill. And I used that remaining $8 or $9 to buy food that night and the morning. And this guy is going on and on and on laughing about it, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. And I'm just looking at him talking about the dumbass who did this and how fucked up and wrong this is, and I'm smiling and laughing, and he's like, oh, you're laughing because of this? And I'm like, no, I'm laughing because that's me, and I was actually going to use you to do the other $7,000 of work. But now you can go fuck yourself. Again, you really have to think about the circumstances involved. Is there a reason that this was done this way? Because a lot of things are done for a certain reason. I got that door because I was a 22-year-old who was broke, who was trying to create a store, who happened to run into a snafu. Therefore, instead of having a proper store door, I had some fucking patio door that I got from Home Depot on there that I had put in myself because I had run out of money, because I did not want my store to just have a big gaping hole where people could throw shit through it. For the first month that I was there, I did it myself. And again, you are literally talking yourself out of a job right now. You don't know when you're going to be talking yourself out of a job. You don't know when, if you're saying, oh my God, this phone is fucked up. Look at all the things wrong with this phone. The screws are not even in right. What kind of moron would put only one of the two bottom screws in? That moron may very well be the person that brought it to you. That person that you're calling a moron may be that person's 7-year-old kid who decided, you know what, I broke my own phone, but I don't want my parents to have to spend money on it. Let me try to do it myself. You may actually be insulting the 7-year-old child of your potential customer. And when you insult them, do you think they're going to want to do business with you? They're probably not. The experienced contractor, the good contractor, the contractor with half a fucking brain, and the contractor that's actually secure in themselves and secure in their abilities does not need to denigrate the work that they're about to do. Does not need to walk onto a work site and go, this is fucked up, that's fucked up, this is fucked up. Whoever did this is a moron. Whoever did this is an idiot. Because A, it may not be that bad. B, there may be a reason it's that way. C, you may actually be insulting the person who's going to be writing you a check, who's now not going to write you a check, who may write a check for $1,000 or $2,000 more just to go with somebody else, just so that they don't have to see your face again. And that's the kind of thing that, you should be careful with. Because, my current contractor, he will look at the stuff and he'll know. He's like, you did this, didn't you? He's from Hungary. And I go, yes. And he'll go, but he's not going to, he's not going to tell me I'm a moron, even when I am a moron, because he knows, if I give you a motherboard to repair, what the fuck is he going to, he's going to take his drill and like get the ISL out with it? Like, no, it is what it is. Different people have experience with different things. And I assure you, if one of us is going to be giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars to do something, we already know that it's fucked up. We know that it's bad. We want you to make it better. Focus on making it better. Focus on putting together a plan that shows where we are now, how you plan on getting here, and how much money we have to spend to get there. And tell me how you're going to do it, and tell me when it's going to be done, and tell me what you need from me. That's the conversation that you should be having with me as a contractor. You should be having a conversation with me where you tell me where we are, where we need to be, and what you need from me to get there. That's all I care about. I don't care about you telling me how the last person did this is a moron. I don't need to be telling my customers how whoever worked on their phone is an idiot. I don't tell my customers, again, like look at the video I did on current sensing. This guy took a fucking extension cord, stabbed his battery open with a screwdriver, and attached an extension cord directly to his battery, which he then plugged into a wall outlet. Do you think I would have gotten $325 plus tax from this person if I said, yeah, whoever did this to your laptop is an idiot? No, because I would have been calling him an idiot. Deep down somewhere, don't you think I thought this guy was an idiot? Don't you think somewhere deep down I was looking at this going, man, are you serious? Are you kidding me? But you know what? You know what's more valuable to me? Having him as a happy customer. You know what's more valuable to me? Collecting the $325 plus tax. That's more important than beating my chest and increasing my ego and going, I am so much better. I would have done a better job if I was there. Of course I would have done a better job, but I'm confident in that already. I know that already, and because I'm confident and I know I would have done a better job and I'm secure in myself and my abilities, I don't need to, beat my dick about it every last chance I get and yell about it every single time I see the opportunity. And this has happened to me countless times. And one of the areas where it happens over and over and over again is web design. Web developers love to do this. They look at your site and advertisers and marketers and this is what's missing. You're missing all of this. If your site had this here, you get more business. If your site were made in a different platform, it'd get more business. If your site should be WordPress because it's simple. No, your site should be Magento because WooCommerce sucks for stores and blah, blah, blah. Every single person I have ever hired to do any type of web development work for me has completely crapped on all the work that I had done before. And some of the people who've done this web design work have actually taken my site from number 2 or 3 on Google to number 7 or 9 or number 11, and every single one of them has destroyed the work of the other person. And the thing is, you may not like my site, but my site works. My site gets me customers, my site gets me business, and I identify with it. And my customers identify with it. So here I have something that I like. Here I have something that actually works. And because you know that what I have works, because you know that what I have is good enough, because you know what I have has no need to be replaced, and because you know that I don't really need you, you are trying to create the need within me to change it by pointing out all this crap that may technically not be 100% correct, but is totally fine. Like taking that from 93% to 100% may cost $500, but taking that to 93 to 100% will never, ever, ever make me more money. And it's an argument that I have with a lot of different things. Like people will say things, like, if your YouTube channel had this, that, and the other, you'd probably make a lot more money off of it. And, I have this argument with a lot of different things where these people will come in and tell me all the things that are wrong with what I'm doing, and I'll just look at them and I'll go, okay, if this is wrong, then how is it I'm able to make a living off of it? If this is wrong, then why are 300 or 500 people visiting it every single day and spending 5 or 10 minutes on it? If this is wrong, then how is it that I'm able to do this repeatedly within a 5-minute time frame and make money off of it, One of the things I really want you to be aware of is that it's every single time somebody comes in and tells you all the things that are wrong and all the crap that you're doing wrong and how fucked up the last job is, I don't want you to be sitting there going, wow, He's right. It could be better. This doesn't load in 0.2 milliseconds. Oh my God, I'm hiring you. No, what I want you to do is listen to them and go, uh-huh, 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 and actually listen to them and deal with their ego and tolerate it for a very short period of time and get all that information down and then figure out how, with somebody who is not an asshole, you can actually fix these problems. Figure out, A, if you need to fix these problems, and B, if there's a way you can actually do it without whatever rip-off fee this person is going to give you. Because again, when people go in and they tell you everything's all fucked up, they're trying to get you into a panic mode. And once they've got you into that panic mode where you feel insecure about what it is you have and like this needs to change immediately, they're going to take advantage of that to milk you for the maximum amount of money possible. There was this one web designer, this total jackass marketing branding guy who wanted to sign me up for some $20,000 thing where I have my website hosted on his server, he redoes everything, and he was telling me all the things that were wrong, how I was doing everything ass backwards, how my business, it operates, but he's surprised at how it does with all the little things that are wrong with it. And my staff was just like staring at me like, tell this guy to get the fuck out. And they were just all kind of laughing. And they didn't understand why I was listening to him. So I go, okay, you know what? You're actually right there. I don't know anything about this. Tell me more. And I let him continue with the ego and the bravado and the bullshit. Instead of throwing up in his face like I should have, like they thought I should have, I just kept listening and listening and listening. And then he said, this is something that doesn't work. And I go, well, what would you do to make that better? I value your opinion. And my staff at this point just walked out of the room because they thought that they were just going to throw up. And he listened to him and like, okay. And I'm listening and I'm typing and I'm typing and I'm typing little things and I'm pretending I'm typing into Google, but I'm actually typing into the address bar all the little things I'm going to Google later. I take this $21,000 contract. This guy, I take all the information that this guy gave me that he wanted to charge me $21,000 for. I go to freelancer.com and I find somebody to implement that stuff for $300. And my website went from being number 6 on Google for a specific set of keywords to number 2 on Google for a certain set of keywords because now my site loaded like that. So before it would load like, now it loads beep. Instantly. I learned something and I applied it using somebody who is not an asshole. And you know what the thing is? If he wasn't an asshole, I wouldn't have paid $21,000. Let's get that out the window. I wouldn't have even paid $6,000. But if the guy told me this is going to cost $1,500, there's a chance I would have actually paid him if he wasn't an asshole. But because he was an asshole, I didn't deal with him. And that's what I want to get across about contractors, and that's what I want to get across to you. When you're dealing with your clients, understand that there are times when you're just going to want to ask them, how the hell did you ever think this is going to work? What is wrong with you? You're going to want to say, what kind of idiot set this up? And you're going to smile because you're going to know that you could have done so much better. Don't. Have self-control and just look at the situation and simply tell people, this is where we are. This is where we should be. This is what I need from you to get there. What do you think? And put the vision in their head. So start asking them questions to build their vision of what it is they want and then simply offer it to them without having to go through how the guy who did this is an idiot. Because again, A, it shows neediness. And B, the person that you're actually talking to, the person who's going to cut you a check, may be the person that you're calling an idiot. And whatever it is that they did that's fucked up, that you know how to do great, I guarantee you there's something that they do where they could just run circles around you and they could make you look like an idiot doing. So don't think you're so macho because you know how to do one thing really, really well. Because I assure you that there are many, many facets of life in which the people that you're dealing with and the people that you're denigrating probably know more than you.